What are things Hollywood has tricked the general population into believing? Air conditioning ducts are an easy way to sneak through buildings. That all cars are made of unstable explosives. That car doors are somehow bulletproof. You can outrun a giant explosion. Knocking people out with a blow to the skull or jaw is a harmless way to temporarily incapacitate. You can pull the tab off a hand grenade with your teeth. It's more like the tab of the grenade pulls your teeth out. If you keep bothering her long enough, she will fall for you. Nah, she will just think you are creepy. Silences on guns change a gunshot from bang to poof, laughing my ass off. Hackers use a real-time 3D interface that looks cool, or a bunch of slick-looking interfaces and windows that pop up as they're hacking in. Getting hit on the back of the head instantly knocks you out and you wake up after a while perfectly fine. DNA testing in crime labs takes like 1-2 days. Poof. That people with normal jobs can afford the most luxurious of apartments in New York, San Francisco, etc. That CPR brings practically anybody back to life, no matter what happened to them. That's you can enhance photos despite the grain or pixelation. If you enlarge a photo, you will not get a crystal clear image. Sprinkler head pops easily and the water is clean. As a fire alarm tech, the temperature to pop the head isn't a low one and the water is usually black and smells disgusting. That you can shoot somebody in the leg and it's harmless. That missiles, RPG rounds are slow and easily dodgeable by a human. RPG rounds fly at 300 mph, you are not dodging that. Bullets can be shrugged off like a flesh wound. Sex ends with rolling over and going to sleep and not cleaning up after. How glamorous the Walk of Fame is, Hollywood Boulevard is dirty and full of cheap shops selling shit and homeless people. Paramedics are constantly running and push the stretcher into the at breakneck speed with doctors and nurses running alongside down the hallways. Bullying. While classic high school and middle school movie bullying can be seen in real life, it's realistically and commonly much less direct. It's more passive-aggressive. Sometimes they even pretend to be nice, but you can tell they're only speaking to you because their friends find it funny, or it was a dare. Rarely will you see a jock push a nerd up against his locker. Students, in my experience, will immediately call them out for that. Bullying is a lot more complex, from what I've seen. Guns make noises whenever you move them or aim at someone. That when people drown or are drowning, there's a lot of noise and flailing about. Drowning is often incredibly quiet. You can hold all of another person's weight with one arm hanging off a cliff. Mexico is piss-colored. If I'm in high school and my mom or dad makes a huge breakfast to cover an entire dining room table, I'm going to be late to school that day, cause ain't no way I'm choosing school over the once-in-a-lifetime breakfast and just grabbing a piece of toast. Gotta go or I'll be late. Almost every car chase ever. The power of the car almost never makes a difference. Especially common with motorcycles. Your 10-year-old 100 horsepower Honda won't keep up even for a few seconds with any bike north of 70 horsepower. That bike is gone. Also dirt bike chases. Fire alarm pull stations setting off the sprinkler system. That you need to wait 24 hours before you report someone missing. 1. That people can have entire operations set up in abandoned buildings without being bothered for trespassing. 2. Rogue detectives, law enforcement going AWOL and working cases they were told not to, then have their entire unit cheering for them when they get the bad guy or rescue someone. Prom equals sex. That helicopters can sneak up out of nowhere. That silences on guns are really quiet. Dying people are alert and oriented and able to talk until they murmur their last words, close their eyes, then sigh a final breath. Love. Your friendly neighborhood hospice nurse who has to battle this trope constantly. Edit. Thanks for the rewards and all the kind upvotes, and some special personal stories. Hug your loved ones tight. That women will freak out if a dude accidentally walks into the wrong bathroom and sees them all doing horrible things like washing their hands, fixing their hair, and checking their makeup. We don't. We usually just tell you you're in the wrong room, or ask if you are looking for someone. That clear shower doors have this innate biosensor that allows them to limit the steam-up effect just high enough to obscure from the outside the more private parts of human anatomy. That as long as you love someone it'll work out, never mind the amount of work it takes to make a relationship work, or that how you feel about someone will change because both of you change. Hackers that furiously tap on the keyboard for 30 seconds. I'm in. That high school was gonna be this epic thing. USAF cockpits or USN submarines are bright and lit with white lights. USSR ones are dark and with sinister-looking red glow. That when you get shot it propels you across the room. They never get chemo right. Yes, they have a bald cap, but they forget to remove eyebrows and eyelashes. Plus, with modern medicine, side effects like vomiting can be prevented. I wonder how many women delayed getting a lump checked out because of what they saw on TV. Cite: I'm a breast cancer survivor since 2008. That people always talk in clear, coherent and meaningful sentences without any UMMS or AHHS. That the difference of rich and poor in America is just upper middle class and middle class. They make it seem that people can take a serious beating and keep on functioning when in reality one punch to the face that lands well will knock you unconscious. Suppressed firearms sound like pew pew. Really surprised not to see this here. That all frogs make the ribbit noise. It's just the sound of a frog that lives in the Hollywood Hills. Other frogs make all manner of sounds including barking. That high schoolers look like they're in their mid to late 20s. Stalk a woman long enough and she'll fall in love with you. This is starting to change a bit lately, but when I was younger, in every movie about an alcoholic drug addict, as soon as you admit that you have a problem, instantly everybody will love you again and all your problems will go away. In a fight your arm bone can make a sickening crack but be totally fine. Bad guys suck at aiming. Car with manual transmission have 2,000 gears and you can go faster by shifting. Fast and the Furious. Silences are 99.9% effective, as are pillows. Vehicle suspension can withstand jumps with zero damage. Bullets are attracted to railings. You can get anywhere in a major city in minutes, and there is always an open parking spot in front of any place. So help me God if I see another movie saying we use 10% of our brain.